Curious about the cost of living in Chile? In this video, we'll break down exactly what we spent over 6 weeks, covering everything it took for us to live there. We're full-time nomads. We don't have a home base, so we share not just our travel expenses, but real-world costs most people don't consider travel-related.
Hi, we're Jeff and Sandra. We're American expats and nomads living abroad on a budget, one country at a time. We sold nearly everything we owned in 2023 and left the U.S. to travel the world full-time as our retirement plan. Here and on our blog, The Mobile Retiree, we share what this lifestyle really costs, not as vacationers, but as nomads living abroad on a budget.
Our goal is to show what international nomad life looks like on a spending target of about $2,700 per month, which covers all our living expenses: housing, food, healthcare, subscriptions, you name it.
We say budget a lot, but we really mean spending goal. It's how we stay intentional about our money while we still enjoy how and where we live.
Think of it as a true cost of living, not a vacation budget. And since we're nomads, we'll touch on relocation costs at the end of the video. In our last episode, we broke down what we spent to live in Buenos Aires, Argentina for 2 months. From Buenos Aires, we headed across the Andes, 22 hours by bus, thank you very much, to spend some time in Vina Del Mar, Chile. We arrived in Chile on December 20th and left on February 1st, 43 nights total.
Let's start with the biggest piece, housing. We spent $1,272 for 39 nights in Vina Del Mar and $216 for 4 nights in Santiago. That's a total of $1,488 or about $35 per night. Our housing goal is $900 a month, so yeah, we went over. But Vina Del Mar is a beach town and we were there over the holidays, so the prices we paid reflect that.
Next up, food. We ate meals out only 19 times, mostly during our few days in Santiago. The area we stayed in Vina Del Mar didn't have much in the way of restaurants, and we weren't super interested in paying for ride shares to go eat when we can just prepare food at home. We spent $358 dining out, well under our $400 monthly goal.
Groceries cost us $612 over 43 days, a bit over our usual $400 a month budget. But that number also includes everyday essentials, things like paper towels, foil, soap, and all the random pantry staples you have to rebuy every time you settle into a new kitchen. So not a shocker. That brings our total food costs in Chile to $970 or $23 a day. So less than we figured since our target number was $1,146.
We spent $166 on activities and local transport. Most of that went to ride shares, as most of the museums we visited were free or super cheap. We don't travel like we're on vacation. We're just living our life. That's one of the biggest misconceptions about our nomad lifestyle. We aren't on vacation. We're simply living our lives in a new country every couple weeks or months. There may be a couple of museums we're interested in or a day trip to a nearby town, but we're usually only good for one activity per week. Imagine if you were going somewhere for a 1-week vacation. We do the same sort of things you would plan for that week, but we take a month or more to do them. Short stays, obviously, are a different pace. When we only have 2 or 3 or 5 days in a city, we get out and see something or do some things every day.
Check the description for our Chile playlist with a closer look at what we did and didn't do.
Next up, technology and healthcare. We spent $53 on technology, Google Workspace, and a couple of domain name renewals. $359 on health insurance, prescriptions, and minor medical stuff. Mostly that's the monthly insurance premiums. Our tech goal is $100 a month, and our healthcare budget is $285 a month, so we were only a little high there.
Miscellaneous expenses were high this time as well, $651 total, but that includes Christmas gifts for the grandkids and Jeff's Duolingo renewal. Our usual goal for this category is $270 a month, so definitely some one-offs in there.
So how did we do overall? In 43 days, our total cost of living in Chile was $3,688 or $86 per day.
That's just under our budget target of $3,870 or $90 per day. So yes, we stayed below our target, even if we overspent in some of our categories.
Now, before we let you go, we feel we should also talk about relocation expense. While we don't include these in our monthly cost of living categories, we do feel that we should be transparent about all of our costs. So let's talk about relocation expenses.
Getting from Buenos Aires, Argentina to Santiago, Chile via a 22-hour bus was a long ride, but totally worth it for the experience of crossing the Andes. Then on to Vina Del Mar and back to Santiago to fly out to Mexico City cost us a grand total of $356.
Our relocation target is $7,200 per year. We blew through that in 2024 with 3 intercontinental moves, and we'll almost certainly miss it again this year. We'll cover that in an upcoming video, which features a transatlantic cruise. Living in Chile was a great experience. We had gorgeous weather, there's a beautiful coastline, mostly good infrastructure, and relatively stable and affordable costs.
If you're researching the cost of living in Chile as a nomad or expat, we hope this gives you a useful benchmark. Let us know in the comments or find us on Facebook if you have questions or want us to dig deeper into any category.
We are committed to sharing our real costs of full-time travel, the decisions behind our moves, and what it's really like to retire abroad as nomads. With that in mind, we're pretty new to doing these cost of living breakdowns, so we'd love your feedback on the level of detail we provide here. Are there areas where we should drill down, or is this kind of overview helpful enough? And as Sandra just said, we're certainly open to answering questions you may have about our nomad lifestyle.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the description for links and details mentioned in the video.
Thanks for watching.
You need to sit up.
Curious about the cost of living in Chile?
So let's start with the biggest piece, housing. We spent $1,272 for 30 nights in Vina Del Mar and $216 for 4 nights in Santiago. And that is too fast.
Yeah, and that was also wrong. You said 30 nights, not 39.
Hi, and welcome. We're Jeff and Sandra. We're American expats, nomads, living abroad on a budget, one country at a time. We sold nearly everything we owned in 2023 and left the U.S. to travel full-time as our retirement plan. We
spent $350 dining out, well under our $400 monthly goal.
Groceries cost us $600.